Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dialar's Twi'lek Tactics. In this video, we are going to be going over the top 25 5v5 teams. Now, we have GAC 5v5 coming up in 1 day. Sign up is tomorrow or Monday. You're going to be seeing this video tomorrow. It's recorded on Sunday. But in Div 1 at least, we now need 11 teams on defense and 11 teams on offense. So you're going to need minimum 22 teams if you don't have any drops. Now, if you follow Hynesy, I recently just did a video with him discussing the top 10 teams for 5v5 GAC, not including Galactic Legends. I will put that link in the description below. Go give that a shot, give it a view, and go subscribe to Hynesy. I thought I would expound upon that topic, including GLs. Now, this video is going to be more geared for people in Div 1, specifically with 5 GLs. And we're going to be discussing these teams in descending order from the most powerful to the least powerful. We'll quickly cover each team. We're not going to get too in-depth into that team because modding can change the team completely, etc., etc., etc. All right? So this is my roster. This is how I am thinking these teams are going to be laid out. Everything is subject to change given what you guys have. You might have stuff I don't have. I might have stuff you don't have. You know, so this is just my thoughts. Feel free, though, to comment in the description. Or in the comments, I guess. Alright. So, first off, we're going down the list. As you see here, top 25 teams. SLKR counter, I don't know. Don't mind those. So this is the Jedi Master Luke team. Now, we have to split up our Jedi in odd ways. I feel, for me, Jedi Knight Luke is best with Jedi Master Luke. Now, I have, as you see here, Ezra Bridger, Shaak Ti, and Old Ben as the tank. I feel the, Shaak Ti, JKL are kind of tied with Jedi Master Luke. Ezra Bridger's kind of nice because, he ramps up damage, yada, yada, yada. He's kind of squishy, though. But this team should be able to kill any A teams possibly. Well, you're probably going to be able to kill SLKR with it. C, not going to be able to kill. Jedi Master Kenobi, probably can't kill him either. And Rey, it would be dicey because it just doesn't. Rey teams with this, you kind of maybe put Jolie if you want to kill in Rey. But, you're going to be able to kill pretty much a plethora of A-class teams with this Jedi Master Luke team. Next, Rey. And again, remember, this is just how I have this team comp created in order to maximize my entire roster. So, I got Rey, the heroes, that goes without saying. And then normally, if you were going to see in like TW, the ideal next two would be Jedi Training Rey and Haldo. Now, Jedi Training Rey is nice because she puts the heal immunity on. Sometimes that catches C's off guard. And then it's just another tank. R2 is good in here because he shares stats. His smoke screen is annoying. My Rey is built to try to fend off Vaders. She does have the crit hit immunity. The crit immunity. Crit avoidance, arrow, and then Haldo's in there too. So this team gonna require something decent to kill. More, I'm guessing that people are gonna be using their C's on it though. If I had to take a bet. Next, don't know what it kills yet, so I just said counter everything. Jedi Master Kenobi. Now this is completely subject to change. I feel Cam is tied, just like Jedi Knight Luke is tied to the hip with Jedi Master Luke. I feel Ki-Adi-Mundi is tied to the hip with Jedi Master Kenobi, just given all of the stats that he brings to this team. Now, Mace is a tank. He's going to get taunt. Now, I have a set built for Mace, which has almost no speed and all health primaries. So I am going to take advantage of that recurring damage immunity, and he's not going to take a turn. My Kenobi is almost going to get 4 turns for every 1 turn of Mace Windu. Aayla Secura, also fabulous character for Jedi Master Kenobi. All of her attacks at a turn. She calls assists. Oh, she is money for Jedi Master Kenobi. And then I have Qui-Gon Jinn in here because he is, one, he's a Galactic Republic Jedi, so he fits in with the Cam team. 2, he calls an assist, which helps feed the ultimate to Jedi Master Kenobi. He's got a Dispel on his second special. He is squishy, though. I was toying around with the idea of putting Barriss in here, but I feel I can get better use out of Barriss somewhere else, and I can get, for what, this team, I'm not going to take out a Rey with this team. I don't know if this can kill a C. Again, this is probably going to kill any other A-tier team that I pointed at. So this is my current thoughts. This is what I'm going to think about using in the first week of 5v5. Next, Sith Eternal Emperor. Okay, so basically, after Wat Tambor, disregard these last 3. I just chucked them in there as fillers. Sith Eternal Emperor, at least in the first couple weeks of 5v5, I am planning to use to kill Rey comps. I am remodding my Sith Eternal Emperor to be all health. So going into, because I succumbed to some Reys the last season of 5v5, and I'm going to not let that happen again. So I will take her in. I've done some tweaks to my gameplay. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Everyone else uses C to kill Rey. I'm going to use C to kill Rey as well. He's going to be around 180,000 health, I think, going into this one, so that should be enough. If I do see a need, I can bring in like the Sith Trooper tank, possibly as just a third, just to give me a little bit of a buffer. I was used to bringing in GBA, but with the new extended format, needing all these extra teams, I'm going to have to keep that Geo team intact, I think. Next, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Okay, now this team you could almost just chop off right here, at least for my purposes, and disregard the rest of this team. I like to use solo SLKR as a DR counter. If you put your DR down on defense, I'm just going to SLKR it for 61 banners. So, sorry. Not sorry. This team, of course, this team's been around long. If you want to put it on defense with the typical cast of characters, then by all means do that. It depends on what kind of player you are, if you're a defensive or an offensive player. Phasma, the leftover First Order, makes up a team on her own, but that's like D class, and that is not worth talking about as such. You just see them here just to fill out the SLKR row on for this these team tabs. So that's all the GLs. That's all 5 GLs, and I'm thinking I might alternate between Reys and Kenobis on defense, because most people are put down Rey, but this Rey comp can kill the really good Jedi Master Kenobi comp. So I don't know, maybe I might switch it up week to week. I might switch it up match to match. Stick Rey on defense, stick Kenobi on defense. Hell, maybe even Master Luke, because really the ones like these this could probably kill SLKR though. If I see my opponent likes SLKR, I might hold this for offense, or you might see 2 out of these 3 on defense, guys. Now we're getting into the non-GL teams. Now, gas. I prefer to run gas on defense. I have my gas modded specifically for defense. I have my 5s optimized. I have Rex over 300 speed. This team, you are going to see it down in the front bottom wall. What are you going to use against it? You can use a CLS team against it if you know how to do that. But I have my team modded to counter, or to help counter CLS, so beware. And then if you want to use Sith Eternal Emperor solo on it, if you want to do that, go ahead. Because that can get away on you as well. But people I'm going up against should be able to know how to do both those counters anyway. So you are going to see this. It is going to draw out something major. Next, Jedi Knight Revan. So this is the old school, old lineup Jedi Knight Revan team with GMY. Now, GMY would probably be money on my Kenobi team, but I know how to effectively use him on this team to kill almost anything I want to point it at. Now, I have GG counter up here, but I have developed my Bad Batch for GG. So this is an A-class team that can kill A-class teams. Yeah. So you put Jedi Knight Luke on here. You put Old Ben in here instead of Jolie. Now this is an SLKR counter as well. So also holding all my Jedi for offense also gives me the flexibility to mix and match and do stuff like that. So Jedi Knight Revan, excellent top tier team. And then we got Empire. So, you know, no Watt on this team makes it a little bit less effective, but, you know, Darth Vader's Darth Vader. With Thrawn, put Moff Gideon on here. This team is going to kill some good teams. You know, just off the top of my head, if you see a Geos on defense, it's going to kill that. It's going to kill a lot. Without Watt, though, it's not going to be a GL killer, but it is going to be a decent team unto itself. I think we don't have to really discuss much more about the Palpatine. Now, Darth Revan. So, Darth Revan, still a team that must be contended with. I like this team on defense. It is the full team. I know in 3v3s I liked to hold Darth Malak to solo other teams, but in 5v5, I think it really needs these trio to really make this team tick. Now, you got to have a really, really fast Darth Revan, but you can switch it up and have like a faster Darth Malak than your Darth Revan, which helps to counter the Vader counter to this team, right? So I myself want to use Vader against DR, but yeah, if you make your Malak the fastest on this team, that kind of screws up that counter. So, but then it leaves you open to Darth Revan mirror matches, right? So in a Darth Revan mirror match, it's whoever has the fastest Darth Revan wins, basically. You can put Sith Trooper on here to help try to counteract the mirror match, but Darth Revan still a top tier team that needs to be contended with. CLS. In the last season of 5v5, I liked CLS on defense. This season, I'm undecided. On defense, it's going to be good. If I used to see it on defense, I would use General Grievous to kill it. I've never lost using that counter. This team is money. Like, it just keeps hanging in there. It keeps getting better. If I hold it for offense, then I can use it to kill Padmes. I can use it to kill CLS teams that have slower Han Solos than me. I can use it to kill gas teams. I have killed many a gas team with this CLS team. This team is very, very flexible and is quite formidable on defense as well. Now, Bounty Hunters. Little clarification. So, Bounty Hunters, you see here it's Bosk, Boba, Cad Bane, Mando, and Greef. Now, the reason why you don't see Django in here will be made apparent later. And if I had a relict Aura Singh, that would be in the leader slot, and it would be Aura, Bosk, Boba, Mando, Greef. The boss team, still good, very, very durable. You can recover protection quite well. I think that, in my opinion, this is an offense team. I think, especially because of Mando and Greef, I don't like this on defense. It just gets countered by too much. If it's not lightning fast, troopers can counter it quite well. If you like, I have a Gear 11 Aura Sing. I think even that I can make work quite well, because I do have a very fast Bosk and Greef. I think my Bosk is 310, Greef's 309, which also, if I wanted to hold Django, it would let me kill some Darth Revan teams. But I think either Aura Singer or Cad Bane, I think that this can still be a really good team for offense in its current fashion right here. With Django, much, much better. But I think we can use Django more effectively, given the fact that our rosters are now getting stretched out so wide. Padme. As you see here, this is why Barriss Offee. I think Barriss works as the 5th for a Padme team. I think it's either Barriss or C-3PO. Now, I know the Jedi Master Kenobi wants these two Jedi specifically, but then you're beefing up an already Galactic Legend team, and you're lowering the viability of your Padme team drastically. That's why I don't like, for GAC purposes, I don't like putting these two with Jedi Master Kenobi, even though they are that's arguably a better team. Now, if it's an ultimate Jedi Master Kenobi with these characters, that could be countered with gas, right? So, say I set Jedi Master Kenobi with GK, with Ahsoka, with Cam, and it's an ultimate. If my opponent uses a gas on it, I'm going to be very, very disappointed, because now I'm one GL team down on defense and my Padme team sucks. So for at least for the first week, that's why I got my Padme and my GMK set up the way they are. This team on offense can kill a lot. On defense, it's still going to require a lot to kill. So this is my current favorite lineup for Padme in 5v5. Now, remember up there when we were discussing Rey, how we pulled Jedi Training Rey off of that team, and I said I'd discuss her elsewhere. This is what I decided to do with my Jedi Training Rey. We can make a quite functionable resistance team with BB-8 and Jedi Training Rey. The smugglers are decent. Don't sleep on the smugglers. They've caught many, many people unawares. And then here, I think this spot is debatable, whether or not who's better, whether it's like OG Finn or Rey Scavenger. I think I like Rey Scavenger because of the damage. I did put the Zeta on her recently, but that is easily negatable. I think that with BB-8 here, going fast, getting Rey out first, this version of leftover resistance is much more formidable than the OG Finn, OG Poe, Vet X, right? You're going to see that in the first week. In the second week, you're going to see that team in the back zone on defense quite a bit, because that's what people have at Relic, and that's what they have left over. And I think that they are going to keep, for the majority, you're going to keep Jedi Training Rey with Rey and have that leftover resistance team. And then I'm just going to use C on it anyway, and then get a 60 on your scrub resistance team. And that goes the same with First Order. Hence why you see this team. You notice up top I said I just like to use SLKR to solo DRs, and can solo a lot of teams actually. That leaves me with the rest of the A-class First Order team that I can use on offense or on defense. You can use a Hux lead, you can use a crew lead. In my personal opinion, I think the crew lead's a little bit harder to kill than the Hux lead in 5v5. That's debatable though. But yeah, so though now running a solo SLKR, I can have one other A-class First Order team, and then I can have a C-class First Order team as well. So if you split them that way, you got 3 First Order teams you can use. Although the Phasma-led First Order team with the pilots and Fu and Fox, not good. Not good at all. But you will see that on defense, guys. I was seeing Phasma-led First Order teams in 3v3. You are going to see it in 5v5, but those teams you're going to be able to mow over no problem. Now, GG. So, and it's a good thing that Newt is right underneath it, because GG is always about who's the 5th, right? So, normally in 5v5, the typical team is with Newt as the 5th, and if not Newt, BB-8. Now, BB-8 is going to be a required character for me to run in that resistance team, hence the reason why I can't have him there. Putting BB-8 here also makes this team soloable by SLKR, but so is this comp as well. And I didn't want to put Newt in here because this team right below it is also a very, very decent team. So I figured, why not put my R7 Wampa in there? You know, I have him sitting around. In 3v3, he got a little bit of use, but in 5v5, why not? Like, everyone can kill a GG team. Everyone knows how this plays out. It's just really trying to strip banners. Wampa does have the other Zeta. He has both the Zetas, so he will put healing immunity down to try to prevent you from getting 60 banners on my GG team. We'll see how it goes. My Wampa is modded very specifically. Kudos to Indigo for putting this in a video. I copied his idea. I modded my Wampa like a nest. All tenacity. As you see, 150% tenacity. What are we running? I think this is a tenacity cross. Yes, it is. Offense, triangle, offense, arrow. He hopefully is not going to be ability blocked and not going to be stunned. He's just going to be sitting there doing damage. Counterattacking, doing damage. So I figured, why not? Just throw Wampa on there. Let's see what happens. And then not having Newt on there allows me to run this team. And here is where I want my Django. We all are now the proud recipients of an R7 Django Fett. Mine is modded really fast. He's going to hit really hard. He's well modded. Almost all 60 mods. My Newt is decently fast. I think I got him up to what, 300? 300. Dooku needs some work, but I think he's over 300. Yes. Ooh, 313. Good. Good. That is good. So, this team, my nest is modded, as she should be. All tenacity. Don't want her doing anything stupid. Don't want her dazed. Don't want her stunned. Don't want her ability blocked. Want her doing what she does best. I will not get my Droidica up to Relic before 5v5 lock-in, but that's okay. So Dooku is lightning fast. Django is the frickin' monster that he is. If people take in Geos against this, my Django might kill one of your Geos. If you take in Night Sisters against this, my Django is going to do some bad things to one of your Night Sisters. Newt is fast. You know, this team can get away on you very quickly. So I think this is an excellent team for defense. I wouldn't use this on offense. I think that this is going to become... we were using this at one time in 5v5, and then it just kind of fell off because we liked using our Django with our bounty hunters as the bounty hunters got more powerful. But now, thanks CG for giving us a Relic 5 Cad Bane, now we can probably use the bounty hunters to kill something else, especially given the fact that we're going to have 4 more teams to kill on the board in 5v5. Troopers. Oh yeah, Troopers with Dark Trooper. This team is money. Don't ever put this on defense. This is definitely an offensive team. My Piet is, since there's no Moff Gideon on this team, since I think, you know, you could put Moff Gideon on this team, but you don't need it on this team to kill a lot of stuff. If they put a C down on defense, then yes, you have to switch up the comp of this team a little bit. But my Piet is 330 speed. That is, in most cases, going to get me out up in front of everything, especially since if I use Stark on this team, Stark is 300 speed. You know, him passing out the his one special is going to give 2 buffs, which is going to make my Stark 10% to 300. That's 30 speed. That's also going to bump him up to 330 speed. Then he speeds everyone else up, and then we go, and then we're off to the races, right? So this team, money, use this on offense. You mix and match as you see fit. If you want to kill the C teams, you have to have this team modded very specifically, and then you're going to slot out Colonel Stark for Moff Gideon. You're going to pull Range Trooper for Death Trooper, and then that's your C killer right there. But that team, if you're going to kill C with it, has to be modded very specifically. But yes, a great team. Now, Traya. I have on here Padme's, Geos, etc. Traya is kind of fallen off in importance in 5v5 for the most part. She is a Geo killer. You can take in just these 3 right here. I have taken in just these 2. My Scion is modded to kill Geo teams. Traya is, she used to be defense modded. She's a little bit modded, a little bit differently now, but still good. This team, I'd say hold it for offense. You're going to see Geos on the board. Padme, I have this as a Padme counter because if you pull off Darth Sidious and slot Thrawn in here, then this lineup becomes a Padme killer. If you pull Sith Trooper off here and Darth Sidious, if you put Vader in here with Thrawn, then this becomes an almost guaranteed Padme killer. And I'm talking the top Padme team with Barriss Offee. This team will mow through that team. So, there you go. Bam! Alright, this might cause some controversy. Okay, if you guys have been following me in my GACs, you know that I used to run the BAM team against the GG team in 5v5. Now, I found, after a lot of testing, that the team's success was really predicated on whether or not you, 1, procced B2 when you were doing all your AoEs, and then 2, if B2 went and applied a bunch of debuffs, and each debuff he applies gives 5% turn meter to Separatists. If those things happened, GG could run over you. And I know people used to back in the day mod B2 with a lot of tenacity just to avoid days, but a lot of people, me included, have moved back to potency. 1, to counteract BAM teams or to counter BAM teams on defense, and then 2, to counter CLS teams on offense. So this team in the lineup that you see right here caused me some fits once in a GAC 5v5. I took Jedi Knight Revan against this and lost because it was so annoying. With IG, just couldn't be killed. L3, cleansing and healing, and it was the damage immunities. It was horrid. So this team is the defensive lineup. If you're going to run offense, then you're probably going to want like Kara, Nest, or Bo-Katan, Cara Dune, Nest. One of those 3, right? Or 2 of those 3. So this one's debatable, but I find this one is very nice on defense. Night Sisters do what they do, right? They'll kill a GG team. Like, if I was gonna see, actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm wondering if that Wampa team that I set down would stop the Night Sister counter. I don't see how, but it might give it a headache. Night Sisters, can kill a few GG comps quite easily. It can kill Geos quite easily. It can kill a lot. It can kill some of those Newt Dooku teams because every time you cleanse off Extortion, you're putting Plague down, right? So this is something that I might use up on that Newt Dooku Jango team, but you have to be aware of Jango. This team, I don't know whether or not I want to use this on offense or defense yet. If I use it on offense, you're almost guaranteed to get 55 banners. You're going to drop 5 banners. But on defense, you're susceptible to troopers for 60 banners. So, Talzin, Night Sisters, still a good staple team. But you choose how to use them however you see fit. Mothma. Currently you see in this, and I'm going to give a shout out to Zareth, Prevails. This is a different Mon Mothma comp. This is the Bistan Pow comp. So this is the turn meter comp. I don't know whether or not I want to use this on defense or offense. So my Cara Dune is modded well over 300 to get out first. And then these two supply the turn meter train Unita Zeta Pow. Bistan does some damage and does some funky stuff I don't really know because I haven't really tested it out, really. He's just relicked because of his ship. But I did remod him for this comp. He just had some crappy mods just for his ship, But I actually put on some decent mods, so now his character can actually do some decent stuff too on the ground. So, Mon Mothma, I'll let you guys decide whether or not you want to use her on defense or offense. On defense, she is susceptible to Traya, but you are going to probably strip some banners. She is susceptible to Vaders. Yeah, she's susceptible to a lot, but again, we have to stretch out our roster, guys. Bad Batch, hey, this is what I'm going to try to kill GG with. I don't know if Relic 3 is going to be enough, but we're going to try. Bad Batch with Cody. I know I've seen a video where just these 4 button mashed its way through getting a 61 on a GG. The key to this team, though, is you need Echo really, really fast. He is capable of far more speed. I do not have the mod resources, though, to capitalize on that increased speed cap. 322, that is going to ensure that I get well out in front of any GG team, and that is also, my tech is also speed modded so that he can follow up right along. Now, you have to be careful. So this move that applies to all the days also gives turn meters. So Bad Batch allies gain 5% turn meter for each debuff dispelled. Now, if you're going up against a GG team, if it's a Newt team, so 3 of them are going to be stealthed. You're going to remove that stealth with this move. So you're going to get 15% turn meter, right, to your allies. So my Echo is modded to go first if against pretty much any GG team, and then my tech, show you guys here. So he is 277, so 277 times 1.15, because he'll get that. He's 318. So at 277 against a GG team, I have pretty much ensured that my Echo will go first, followed up by tech, and then I should have, you know, more than enough control on that fight to make it happen. So this team is really good. It is this is going to be its real first foray. We're going to probably see a bunch of videos come out about teams that this can kill. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this team could lay waste to some Night Sisters, because the Hunter's Lead, which does the AoE true damage, does some work. Right, Mandalorians. Now, you guys, if you've followed me in 3v3, know that I loved my Bo-Katan, Armor, and Canderous team in 3v3. It got me plenty of maxed banners. You need your armor really, really fast in order to get up to 3 stacks of Beskar. Then you put that over on Canderous, which is... Originally, you'd think you'd put it on Gar Saxon since he is a tank and that lets him taunt, but you want your Canderous taunting so that he's counterattacking with 3 stacks of Beskar, and then he is doing lots of damage and healing up your team while he does it. You want your armor really, really fast. Mine, I have too many people needing some 6E priorities versus her. So she is only 303 speed, but this team, while it's not going to be able to kill the A teams, this team is probably going to be able to kill some B teams. If you see those OG Finn resistance teams, if you see those Phasma First Order teams, this team is going to wreck it. And you're going to wreck it for max banners. Bo-Katan's leadership, in case you forgot, so whenever Mandalorian attacks a turn, they're ramping up crit damage. Where is the healing part of this? Oh, it was her unique, actually. So, at the start of battle, all of the Mandalorians gain 20% max protection for each Mandalorian ally. And each time they attack at a turn, they recover 8% health and protection. And they are going to be attacking at a turn quite a bit. So this team is a great, in my opinion, a great offensive team for max banners. You just have to be able to, you have to pick your opponents wisely. Now, I do have my Sabine relic. I got her relic before lock tomorrow. She is somewhat decently modded, so I got her with a decent amount of speed, so 259. So how this team is going to work out is whatever I'm going against. So armor is going to go first. We're going to do the call to assist. She's going to do the armor shred. And then Sabine is next up. She's going to do her AoE. She's going to put the AoE stagger down if you forgot. This move right here. Deal damage to all enemies, stagger them for 2 turns, and expose. And then this is the new part of her kit. For each active Mandalorian ally, deal 15% more damage. So this is going to be a killer move. She's going to be finally going to be a damage dealer. And expose a random ally. Now, this is kind of funky for each. It says for each active Mandalorian, expose a random ally. So this is possibly an AoE stagger and AoE expose, and it's going to deal a lot of damage, and it's going to give your Mandalorians crit chance up and offense up for 2 turns. If this scores a critical hit, reduce Sabine's cooldowns by 2, and she's going to score a critical hit. Her crit chance alone is 77%. And then I do believe Bo-Katan also gives some crit chance in her kit. I could be wrong. No, it's crit damage. Sorry. But at 77%, she should score some decent crits. Alright, so that's the Mandos. Then we have the Geos. Now, the Geos... my guess is you're going to see a lot of Geo teams on defense. Geo teams are good on offense. You can get max banners. But again, I feel like the Geo team is kind of like the Mandalorian team now. They're all attacking. They're all assisting each other. They're all gaining, healing each other on assists. This is kind of the light side variant, and this is kind of the dark side variant of the same coin. Although arguably I would say the Geos are more powerful. Now, obviously, as you see, I'm working on my last 2 Geos, but couldn't get them in before lock, so I don't know. On defense, this team can be killed by a lot nowadays. And on offense, it can still kill a lot. It can't kill A teams, but it's good for cleanup if you happen to leave a lone SLKR. If you happen to leave a lone Ray, it can work. Decent team. Just they're right now for me, they're underdeveloped and they're at the bottom of my list. But the bottom of my list is none other than Kira. Now, people that are well above me in GP will probably have a team like this they can build. So I think that this would be a defensive team. As you see here, my possible comp has Zalbar and Stormtrooper Han, and then Captain Han. So Captain Han supplying the healing and the revives. The 2 tanks doing what they do to try to make sure the mission gets off. But this team at where I am in my GP level in my division, this team being all Gear 12s is no bueno. So this team can't use, but if I was going to build a team, this would be a possible team to build for 5v5. Gonna give a shout out here to the Jawas. If I had Jawas, I would probably put Jawas with Rey, which would help prevent, which would ensure I prevented the Vader counter and gave me the rest of my full resistance to run with JTR. So if you have Jawas, you can use them now, guys, but you want them relicked, right? And you want them modded specifically in a certain way, which is all survivability. You would run, Nebbit, Scavenger, and Engineer? Engineer? Yeah, sure. These 3 right here. So, that is my top 25 teams for GAC 5v5. Again, this is just how I have them all spread out in order to maximize my roster. There is a plethora of opportunities for you to shuffle around characters here, move them to this team, move them to that team. And even in-game, depending on what my opponent sets, I'm going to shuffle my own teams around a bit to counteract what they're trying to do to me. So, oof, that was a long video, guys. 40 minutes. If you've made it to the end of this video, my safe word for the video is Vegemite. Put that in the comments and I will know you made it to the end. Vegemite, also in honor of Hynesy, who I was on his stream this last Friday discussing some of these teams as well. Go check him out. The link is in the description. Tell him Dialar sent you. So, hope you enjoyed this one, guys. The safe word is Vegemite. Until next time, I will see you. Thanks for coming. Please like, please subscribe. Catch you in the next video, folks.